And howdy, we're here.
Oh, good to see you, man. How you doing, Kai?
I'm good. How are you? Good? Well,
Cheer, salute.
salute. Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It is. It's actually 6:36 here. 5:35 in your time, maybe.
Yeah, we're running a little behind this evening here, this afternoon, whatever you want to call it.
We got all the time zones covered. 4, 5, and 6 right there.
There you go, random person.
Right.
The randomly person.
That
Random
randomly said
flyer. I
it.
think I'm gonna change my freaking channel name.
You know that would work.
But
A lot of people have done it.
let's say hi to people in the chat real quick. Yellow Rose Strones.
Hey.
Are we there yet? No, we're not.
All right.
As Lee McCready's at, yep, not yet. Flies on Drones, Mikey, hello. And we got TJ Giggles and Drones, hello. And we got Mike Rennick and Jackrabbit. Hey, Scott.
What's going on, Scott?
Where the heck's my chat? There we go.
You what?
I'm trying to put my chat comments up. There we go.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm running a little behind myself here.
Well, I'm using an iPad, so it's
Yeah, it's a little harder to do, right?
iPad Mini.
Well, you still in this 400 square foot gazebo there.
Yeah, I can only fit an iPad Mini in this house, so iPad Mini.
He's live from the doghouse.
No, Al, I think I recognize a printer back there.
Oh my gosh, you've seen that 3? Yeah, as a matter of fact, is making parts for his Dart XL. And the part that it's making is a tilt and pan mechanism for the Dart XL.
Is that what type of printer are you using?
It's the most popular in the world, they say, the Enders 3B2.
Oh, wow. I just put that together today. I was like, I think that looks familiar.
Well, yeah, it is. And I've been taking liberty printing a lot of parts, man. Look, I'll show you parts after parts after parts after parts.
It's always going.
Yeah. And I did learn to print in 2 colors. And you can see I put the peanut mount, Randy. You and I discussed this at Spin-Up. And with your help, I got the balance charger port for the peanut. And I print everything in red for the peanut because I've actually knocked it, completed off here before.
How did you print in 2 colors?
Oh, yeah. Just check out some videos. The one that I watched was Chep. Chep is by far one of my favorite ones to watch. And I put side skirts on it, Randy. I'm sorry, Kai. And so it keeps everything nice and clean. And then to even it out, I even put a rear skirt on it. Shall we say something else? You can see it right there.
No peeking under the skirt now.
Yeah, and these are 5-inch props that I cut down to 4-inch. And this thing freaking screams like a 5-inch quad, man. It definitely keeps up with this freaking beast right here. You know, it's freaking nice. And to give you a comparison, I'll put the baby hawk on top of it, and you can get a better view of it. There. Come on, camera. You can do it. You can do it. It's not my face. Look at those eyes.
You got all 3. Well, that one's much smaller, so you skipped like the most important step. Well, that is a 3 that's a 3.5, isn't it?
Yeah, the 3.5's on top, the 4 and the 5's there. Let me scoot them back a little bit. I'm gonna annoy everybody.
Buy 4-inch props.
What's that? What did I cut the 5?
Well, why don't you just buy 4-inch props? Too easy?
Oh, no, I can't get those kind because look, these props here, they have that 1.5-inch shaft, so they need the screws. because they're
Right.
1504 motors, and trying to find these props in 4-inchers are
Ah,
really hard. So
I
I
see
can
what's
get
going
them
on.
in 5 in a 1.5-inch shaft.
Well, no, they're out there.
Yeah, the 4
Matter
inches.
of fact, I think I got some laying over here somewhere.
So yeah, I've been happily printing a lot, Mr. Random Person.
All right.
So
Well, I just entered the printing
Here we
world. So
go. 4-inch prop with 3 holes.
with 3 holes,
Yep.
send me the link,
It's you.
please. There we go. Send me the link. That's what I need.
See it?
yep.
Yeah. It's a 5-incher, right? I just bought a
Oh,
pair.
4-inch.
4-inch? Oh, okay. Yeah.
HP prop.
All right. So,
4 by 2 by 3.
Yeah, I got the smaller version. I got the 3-inch version of those.
yeah, and I tell you what,
You won't talk pan and tilt.
what are these things called? The Shazangs, or forget Shazang props that
No,
Emax puts.
What?
Yeah,
Emax Avon.
Avon? Yeah. That's right.
yeah, Yvonne, and they have another name after the Yvonne series there because of the way they cut the prop in there pretty well, you know. Anyway, they're freaking good props, but they don't have the lip power like the big old 5-incher cut back.
Well, it's because they swept them back.
Mhm.
They took all the bite out of the prop to get the sound down, probably.
Yeah, I'm probably right. But anyway, I figured out that if you print all these 3D print parts here, camera, seriously, don't worry about me. Actually, shrink tubing worked the best because I printed those all the way out in TPU, in 95A TPU, and they broke. So I'm like, all that freaking work, and I got to take it apart, pull pull the freaking cables out of the air
Right.
unit, and snake it back through that little straw.
I thought you just got to say you did that on purpose. You were trying to make sure you were getting all the angles.
Yeah, and it's one of these that you're always pitching, right? And so hopefully, anyway, it's you're facing, you'll be able to get a better signal. So the theory is. So enough of that. You got me going on the 3D printer
Well, if
stuff.
you want to talk about pan and tilt, guess what this is right here?
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
This is the motion sick pan and tilt. But this only works with the original DJI camera where you have the 2 screw holes on the side. But that's what's going into the big plane.
It's going into the big plane, right?
Yeah, my big sailplane there in the corner.
Yeah, that's
That
a nice
8-foot
one.
stand.
That's the one you have on your channel as your kind of the banner, right? That's the one
Yeah,
you're
and
throwing it. That's your banner.
The wannabe dragonfish.
No, the wannabe dragonfish I'll be getting later this week.
The real dragonfish.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, Kai,
Let
what are you doing?
me
You
tell you how I
mortgaging
can buy the dragonfish.
you mortgaging your truck?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think about that.
I'll mortgage your house.
So, do you have
I
any
should get enough
VTOLs? Anybody have any VTOLs?
Yeah, sort of.
Sort of. Did you make one?
No, I didn't make one, but I've got one coming.
Did which
We've
model?
been talking extensively about those.
This is
Show them the freaking VTOL of all VTOLs.
The V22, of course.
Yep.
there's the Vtol of all Vtols.
All right.
Very interested in that.
Yeah, that's a $900 model that I think I saw it on Captain Drone.
Well,
it's got 3
there,
motors. Yeah.
there are two options for Vtol right now. One is the K1 Swan, and the other one is this thing. And that
Well,
K1
and of course the
Swan,
Dragonfish.
the K1 Swan is the Dragonfish in that price range.
That's in the terrorist price range.
That I think it's called K1 Swan.
Right. And that's been out for quite a while. But this one has definitely got a lot of really what I would consider to be really great qualities because of the adaptability. I mean, it's got so much going for it. And then if they make a big one small firmware change, it becomes a really fun flyer.
So
And
this is the K1 Swan, and that's basically a quadcopter mounted on a wing, and you get that thing going fast enough, it goes in a horizontal flight.
oh, that's right. It's full time. Yeah, full time. Yeah, props.
There's 4 props on this thing, and it's a different animal.
Yeah, same concept, different animal.
So,
and it has a proprietary control box.
Yeah, and then we go to this one here, and this one actually uses the DJI FPV system. So
Yeah.
you use the V1 goggles and the original controller. And as I found out today, you can actually switch it over to Crossfire too. So that'll be my first order of business is convert that thing over to Crossfire.
So what do you think the flight control is? A Maytag flight controller or something different?
What? The flight controller for this one is your regular, the DJI, the black DJI FPV flight controller.
Oh no. The flight controller that.
Oh, the flight controller in this is some sort of Pixar contraption.
Gotcha. So we got Nightbot
version of Ardu plane or something. I have
Yeah, it's got an Arducopter thing in there. Now that's interesting because I think you can go into manual with that. So you can. I've used a flight controller like that before, and you can program that for acro or manual. So that's the big thing about that is it's set up right now for stability, flying, and us folks that like to be out of control a little bit it would be very nice to have that on a switch where we can go, and then now we can do death spirals.
Wow.
Yeah,
and go inverted.
There's no manual mode on that thing yet. It'll take some investigating to see if I can get that to go in the manual mode.
If it goes to manual mode, I'm probably gonna get it. If DJI doesn't beat them to the punch, that's the hard one.
Right, this is what that thing looks like on the inside. That is the flight controller.
It's a better than Disco, in my opinion.
It's got an air unit up front. It's got a flight controller, and then it's got the battery.
And then and the other big thing is the camera options. I'll let you bring that up though.
Yeah, you can stick we can stick a full size action camera on the nose.
Yep. And
so these usually come with the templates. You unplug the nose and you put the template in there for the action camera, like the probably GoPro 9 or 10, and then
Osmo
the DJI, the DJI product line.
Well, getting the new
front plate that you take out the front plate, you put a different one in there, and it has the cutout for an action camera.
Yeah.
Or you could print a Action 2, the new or Yeah, an Action 2 template. Would that be
Actually,
cool?
I think you need to wait in the nose to get it to balance.
You have to
Get
put
the
a little
right.
weight with it. Just stick a little. You could weight it out somehow.
Um, I'm holding
That thing's
off on
heavy.
Action
That
2.
little freaking camera's heavy.
I'm holding off on Action 2 for the time being.
Yeah. Have you put an Action 2 next to an Action 1 weight wise? What was the numbers difference?
About 70 grams.
Okay, so you'd have to
Wow.
figure that 70-gram distance to get the weight right. So it wouldn't, like you're saying, it would be tail heavy.
Yeah, it looks like Eat More Possum jumped in. Chris has jumped in from
Oh,
Sunrise Water Media. We got a bunch of folks jumping in here, man. So that's good.
Sunrise.
let's see. We got Sergio
And
came in.
Sergio and
Eat
you
more
mentioned.
possum.
Oh, we got Mike jumped in here too. So yeah.
Maddie Strong World.
Oh yeah, I was going to show you what I was printing. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up. All right. Where'd it go?
You got a camera on your printer?
I do not. Oh, I do have a wide little camera that it's a Wi-Fi camera. I haven't put it on there. I
I'm
did
going to
do
do
a.
that.
I did a 72-hour print. You want to see what it
Whoa.
did? Check this out.
I'm not. I don't have the patience for 72 hours.
72 freaking hours.
This is my 72-hour print, guys. Let me move this microphone.
I
on.
don't have the patience to print anything for 72 hours.
Oh wow! Holy crap! How much filament does that take to make that?
About a quarter of what I purchased. So it came out really nice. I mean, you can't really see it very well, but yeah, you can shine the light right through it because it's hard to see. But yeah, you can put the light through it.
Fill that full of orange candy corn. That would be good.
Yeah, you can do that. But
I want to see the candy corn sticking out of the head. That'd be gross.
and that's the only reason I wanted to make it was to hold on my stupid little tripods. They're always in the way and falling down, and But he's pretty freaking ugly. You know what I mean? But I first printed a small version.
You could be twins. And you
It
got
could be.
top right.
Here's the smaller version. You can see it. I printed it on TPU. So
Is the other one on TPU or not?
no, the other one's PLA. Yes,
Okay.
I did. No,
That's
they're
it.
both TPU. Yeah, and that was why I wanted to do it because it was a big challenge to do it in TPU.
You could print a Batman mask like face
Yeah, you can.
out of TPU.
Yeah.
Well, you
Come
want to
on,
talk?
Brian.
You want to talk about that? Talk to Johnny Five. He did a Iron Man mask. He's got that bounty hunter helmet. He does all sorts of stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a lot of time. Holy, I don't have that kind of patience. I couldn't wait freaking 4 days or 3 days for 4 days.
Yeah, it took a while.
3 days. That's 2.5 days.
But that print there has got 2 hours to go, and like I said, it was for the Zod Dart XL, and that's for the tilt pan mechanism for it. I mean, I was trying to find that for you, and I got distracted because I was talking about that.
I think if you get one printer, you almost got to get like 2 or 3, because you can, I can see how this can spiral into an absolute.
Oh yeah, this can go into addiction mode.
Yeah, it's definitely more
because you don't want to wait 3 days for your parts. You got to get all those parts at one time. So you run all 3 prints together.
I always print little stuff like this right here. The holder, the base for the GoPro base.
But Kai's been printing that stuff for me for the last freaking 2 years, man. And I finally can do something back. I can surprise him with something. Holy crap!
Well, that's exactly what I've been doing, trying to pay back all the favors that I've gotten. Right? Actually, there's a bag of stuff. I'm tired of getting up. There's a bag of stuff back there. One for Brian, another one for Greg. Harley. And so, yeah, I mean, I've been definitely wanting to return the favor. That's for sure.
I'm going to have to put a little comment on this one. Just imagine all the balls they can wreck was a freaking peanut camera on it too. Just saying.
I've got an all Apple studio going on right now. I just put up my Apple monitor for.
Oh, okay. And we got an affiliate link in below, guys. So don't forget to hit it. Right?
Yes, hit the thumbs up.
No, I mean for your Apple affiliate link,
the-
so you can get your money.
I'm really
you got that right.
I'm really happy with this iPad mini. This thing is freaking powerful, little sucker.
It sounds like it.
It does well, I needed a better screen for, flying the Mavic. And because I've been flying with phones, and look at this. I can magnify, stuff, and it gets really over time. Get a dirt.
Your head hurts. Oh, I guess he's straight. Oh man, I gotta fly this thing back home.
Well, it's
Okay,
actually causing you to go low key and not do any OBS business to date. So we actually get to see you.
Yeah. Not the but you get to see the microwave. See, that's my backdrop.
It's okay. It's okay. I've seen worse, I've seen worse.
Oh, anyhow,
I got
to play with the Vtol this weekend, but I also got to play with the Light Plus this weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
And I actually have some thoughts on that thing too.
What are your thoughts on the Light? I'm really interested because actually the Nano Plus has been a big headache for a lot of people. But what did you think of the Light Plus from Untitled?
I like the Light Plus, and that new controller I was a bit apprehensive about because I have the old one and I kind of like the old one with the actual screen on it. But Untitled did such a good job with their new app for the Light and for the Nano that you're not missing anything. The controller.
So did it feel good? Did the controller feel natural?
The controller really lays well in your hands. Buttons are where you expect them to be.
Perfect.
You don't. And the old controller had these two buttons on the back that you hit way too easily.
Right. I agree.
I actually put some around those buttons so they don't get hit. But no, I actually got to fly it. It flies well. The app reads really well. It's really easy to navigate through that app. Get into your settings. And then, the one thing that I had to find out for myself, because I haven't heard anybody talk about it yet, but you can actually video and hit the shutter button and take pictures at the same time.
Wow. You think it's just doing a frame buffer grab? It must be.
I have not seen the footage yet, but the old Evo, I got the old Evo, and it will take pictures as you video. You didn't have to stop the video to take a picture. All the Mavics, you have to stop the video, go over the photo,
yep,
photo,
or screen grab
the video, and turn the video back on.
Yeah, or do a screen grab, which is never,
not the best, right? Obviously.
Now, Kai, you missed the most important part of your flight.
Oh no, we're still getting to that part.
Oh, you're getting to that? Okay.
So I actually shot up the gorge, Canyon Lake Gorge, and get some nice footage, and then we hit the return to home button, seeing how accurate that thing actually is. You hit the button and you look at the screen and you see that thing turn around. But I was missing something. You know, well, you can't say I was missing it, but there's something you don't hear. It's that annoying beep that you get with the Mavics when you hit the return to home button.
And I forget the key sequence to turn that off. And if you guys know in the chat, let us know.
There's no key sequence to shut
I
that.
think you hit the power button like twice or something stupid thing. Like, don't turn it off.
Yeah, that'll turn off your controller.
Yeah, don't turn it off. But
yeah, I don't mess around with any key sequences. The last time I did that, my Mr. Croc broke my SMO camera.
oh no, not good.
That was really a key sequence. That was just a stupid freaking hitting the disarm button.
No, it's you hit the return to home button, you hit it, and it's total silence, and that thing just comes right back to you and lands right where you took off.
Yeah, why is it so
Nice.
hard to do that? Why do we have to beg DJI to put take the beeper and make it,
Put it in some place that light don't shine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear it.
just get
I hear
rid of
you.
that freaking
Or-
beeper? How hard would it be?
You put it in a place that it
Or
doesn't.
put in an
beep.
option that in the menu on the return.
Yeah, put it in the
you want
emergency
beeper,
freaking
yes or no.
advanced options. Put it in the emergency bay somewhere where it says, they can put 3 layers of protection over it going, do not push this button. This is for your own protection. They could do that. And
So
I was reading some of the comments that Eat More Possum was talking about how the weather in Oklahoma has been great, and the last couple of days, and now the big bad storm is coming through. So is Texas going to be expecting some?
the same way here on Sunday. It was nice, sunshiny, upper 60s, perfect flying weather. A little bit of a breeze, but not too bad. And
Well, I'm jealous.
We were flying all afternoon, and then yesterday morning I get up and it's raining, and it rained all day yesterday.
So there's also Nightbot was talking about in the comments talking about what is it? It's a Texas drone meetup, and there's a Facebook link.
Yep.
In the comments.
We'll be going back at it this month. It's probably going to be on the 20th, and it's going to be in the afternoon.
Got it.
It's actually going to be on the Sunday afternoon. We're going to have to depart from our Saturday morning because the soccer players are back out there.
Yeah, when I was out there at that field for the spin up, there was a guy that flew his Vtol. And when he plugged in, he knocked Maddie right out of the sky. And he was I got a video of it. Maybe I can find it. I was going to show you because Maddie's walking across the field because he got knocked out of the sky when he plugged in.
That was that after that day there at the flying field was a bit of a cluster.
Yeah, we expected it. We had a bunch of people that have been.
But I kind of had a laugh. I mean, you see 3 guys with the DJI FPV sitting within 10 feet of each other.
No.
On the flat goggles, and every last one of them is on the same channel.
that would be a fun picture to take.
I think I took a couple of pictures of that. Yeah.
Just down the line, with the side view.
Yeah.
Get the close up of the first one, and then have channel 3.
Oh, whoa. Sunrise is claiming to be a GPS pilot before you get an FPV. That's an awful bold statement to make there, Sunrise.
They're just for different things, different times, different purposes, different.
No, him being a pilot, anything.
Hey, he needs to be.
Hey, now easy now.
So he needs to follow that up.
And
I think
he's
his
pretty good. He's a
reputation
pretty
is
good football player. You got to give him that. But
his reputation is preceding him too far ahead.
yeah, so
I've got my fair share of crashes. You just don't see them.
we always have
Mr. Bully. Come on, Kai. Quit being a bully.
Yeah, that'll be never, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think I'm gonna do Autel Mini Edge. I think I would definitely go to light, but
Yeah, I agree. Light would be the way to go.
but I sunk my ship with the Mavic 3, and and so I have to get back into FPV some way. So right now, that's kind of the way my brain is working right now. And thankfully,
your brain is working. Wait a minute.
The Bwine Corporation gave me this piece of wonderful drone technology.
That's not,
and I've had something to delay
it's supposed to be an S.
my my money actions. Plus, I'm doing my taxes right now, and I'm finding out how much I spent last year. Does anybody want to see my statements for just my drone crap? Here, I'll show you.
Hey, while he's running out, I queued up that video from that day at Spin Up, and this guy has a homemade Vtol. And
yeah, I saw him.
Oh my gosh, look at that. That's a good print. Yeah, let me hit the play button. If you want to share it, that's fine.
All right. Do we want to share it with Sam or not? That's up to you. Well, here we go.
Here we go. So this is a homemade VTOL. This is that Spin Up, and this guy, I was filming it, and I'm sorry about getting it away because I just like ran over there. But when he plugged in, he knocked, I think it was Maddie out of the sky. But that's a VTOL. It's a homemade VTOL, and that was the maiden flight. And I was filming it with my GoPro, and he asked me to use his camera, so I didn't have any more footage after he lands. But hopefully he'll land here quickly. And you can see he has his goggles on, but on his head, but he doesn't have them over his eyes. But he's got the FPV system. Hopefully he'll come back here in a second. Here it comes. Hopefully I get
an AR Wing Pro that he modified.
All right, there it is. It's coming in for landing. So that is a homemade VTOL right there. Yeah, and it's coming in for a landing. So it's a what kind of plane here?
That is the AR Wing Pro. That was some that the Sonic model developed go with Painless 360 out of England.
And it's freaking pretty solid in hovering mode,
Is that about the same size as the other one?
It's a little smaller.
A little smaller?
The OMP's got...
and who is that big guy in the screen?
Well, I was all sorts of interested in that.
Yeah, I mean, we were all over. A lot of the folks by then had left. Remember, Kai?
Yep, most of the folks had gone by then, but yeah, he definitely had my interest on that.
There it is. There's what it looks like. So he's got two square carbon fiber rods on the side that mounts, and he's got the servo sitting right here. And he puts it into transition mode, and here's his rear pusher prop again with the servo underneath it. So it's not it's not modified that much. All he did is extended the rear motor and put those.
The thing is get the programming right.
Yeah, and I think it takes off again, and then I think that's when we see poor Maddie walking across the field to trying to find his quad. No, it was like, there he goes again.
No, that seems to be very smooth.
Yeah, so he asked me to use his camera, so I put mine down. So that's the end of the video, really, for my point of view, because I don't have. I'm using his camera here for the rest of the shot. So that's it, man. I'm gonna stop sharing. Uh, Thanks for
That's
indulging
interesting.
me. It was really easy, right? And I'm really digging that approach because a lot of times we don't have those really nice fields to fly from or nice places.
Okay. Hold on. I just noticed Woody Drones on is in the chat, and he just bought himself a new car.
Awesome.
You know, Woody or Paul, I should say, if you have a midlife crisis, do what the rest of us do and go buy a Harley. Okay? Buying
Or a boat.
a BMW is not gonna work.
What did you buy? I'm sorry, I missed
He
that part.
bought one on Bmw Z3 thingies.
Oh, he got the Z3? No, he's got the Z4 newer model, right? This is a new one?
No, this is. I think this is the Z3.
The nice little older one, the James Bond movie.
You know what the problem with the Z3 is?
Underpowered?
The battery wants a new car.
The battery's in the trunk. You're okay.
You know, you see BMWs twice on the way to the shop and on the way from the shop.
Hey, you better be careful. I have 3 of them.
They're gonna start.
And I did have a Z3.
I
I
can't
sold
help
it.
that you have terrible taste in cars.
No, I love my 540i 6-speed manual. As quiet as could be. I have 265s in the back,
You
245s
know what the
up
I
front.
stands for?
Yeah, high dollar. Yeah, of course. You got to pay to
Idiot.
play. No, it's
540 and the idiot at the wheel.
Hey,
my daughter does not like BMW drivers either. It's like,
You know how you're gonna fix that?
electrify. They're gonna
Put a
electrify
new car
Hondas,
between
and
the
they're going to be as
license plates.
fast as BMWs.
well, just about all electric cars are faster
Yeah.
than BMWs.
There's
Any
been
car,
so
really.
many wrecks and fires because those things are just like lightning.
Well, I forget what Tesla's
So
model.
he's insisting he bought the Z4.
Oh,
Even
yeah, that's
worse.
what I
man.
thought. The Z4,
Even
yeah.
worse.
No, I love the Z4. I had a Z3, man. I loved it. 98 Z3 and had the straight six.
If you have a midlife crisis, okay, he had a Peugeot 208 before that, okay.
Oh, nice.
That's like all of like 85 brake horsepower if you cut the floorboard out and start pedaling yourself.
Well, if you see him, he's got the 2.5 liter engine. That straight six engine has been around for like 40 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And that straight six engine gets the best torque out of the freaking lot because it's just so bulletproof. The straight 6 cylinders working together. They're not in the V. It's not in the V series. I mean,
it's a design that's go from Audi. Audi had the straight 6 and the straight 5 forever. Them things would never.
Well, you could say the same thing about Mercedes, right? You remember they stole it from Mercedes, so Mercedes had that out for longer periods of time. So, and then they took the 6 and cut it in a 5-cylinder and had the 300D.
I will never forget our next door neighbor, Mr. Hoffman. Okay.
Hoffman, good name.
Mr. Hoffman, okay, he was in his late 60s when we moved in, and he lived to be into his 80s. But I tell you one thing, he had an old Mercedes, straight 6, and every time he pulled out of his garage, he didn't quite get the concept of releasing the clutch a little more to get the car to go a little faster. He floored it instead. The length of his driveway, it sounded like a freaking jet was taking off next.
Woody said you should be driving a Messerschmitt, not a freaking BMW. You're German.
Hey, the stream's over, car guys.
I am German, and that's why I can't. BMW is not German. The B and W and B and BMW stands for Bavarian.
That's right.
Okay, Bayerische
It's like
Motoren.
being Ukrainian.
So that encompasses a
You're
lot
saying you're
larger country than Germany, right? But that
Yeah,
was a
it's like,
bigger
Well,
state back
there's
then.
Germany and then there's Bavaria. Okay, there's a free state of Bavaria.
there's farmers, and then there's Prussians.
And okay, so Bavaria is like all the rejects of Austria and
It's like
Switzerland
Wisconsin,
that are
isn't it?
tolerated in Germany.
Did you see
All
what Woody
the-
said? He said, "I'm British and we do not have any real cars."
Well, no, you do not.
Yeah,
What-
especially when they had all that. Remember when they had aluminum wiring and the wiring system, the MGs, and they were just
Triumphs.
horrible. And the Triumphs, the TR6, right, and TR3s. Oh my gosh,
Well, I
yeah.
don't know. My uncle had one of those Morgans, and that's actually a pretty cool car, even though it's built out of wood.
Hey, Jackrabbit, Scott. I mean, I've had 3 diesel cars, and one of them is a Mercedes, the 300D, and I put 550,000 miles on that. I was a field
Yeah.
engineer at the time. A freaking tank. Then I bought the VW Jetta TDI, freaking beast. I would drive that thing. Oh, I was getting 46 miles to the gallon, keeping my foot in it all day long. 170,000 miles I had on it. And
Wow.
a freaking hit a deer and ruined it. I had just broken it in. Then I bought the Passat diesel and drove that for 200,000 miles. But I was an idiot and bought the automatic. And the automatic transmission went out. They only made those automatic transmissions for 2 years. So they was so hard and rare to find. I just said, screw it, I'm going to sell it. I sold it. And then I bought BMWs. So that's the story of my life with the German cars. But I
But
do
you did
have
start
a
with the
ton.
Mercedes.
So you knew better. You knew that the Mercedes was the car to get, and you went and got a BMW.
No, I went from Mercedes to VW, then BMW. But then I went to the Toyota product line, Tundra. And the Tundra product line is just amazing. I really like that product line. So,
Well, they're
of course, it's kind of like, the limousine of Texas,
the
Big
Tundras
Tundras.
are made right here in San Antonio.
Yeah, that's right. And that's what I was saying. It's the limousine of Texas, man. If you're on a limousine, you get a Tundra down there in Texas.
I'm just a simple Chevy.
It still doesn't
Chevy,
excuse
man.
you drive. It still doesn't excuse you or Paul from driving BMW.
Man, I just love banging the gears on that thing, man. You got to be careful. You can't get on it, man, because it'll get loose. And it's not obnoxious. That's the thing. It's a nice
Well,
sleeper car.
my professional opinion, Paul's got this midlife crisis going from four-door car to the 2-door BM or whatever you want to call it.
I'd love to get into a manual transmission BMW. That'd be freaking great.
And,
What
if
model?
you have a midlife crisis, buy a Harley.
I,
You're in Britain, so you have to go buy a Triumph. Or
No,
something.
screw that. Just buy the Mavic 3.
I'd just rather buy a lot of drones.
That's what I'm saying. Buy the Mavic 3 and you're okay.
How many of those
Drone
receipts
stuff.
are the shipping receipts for the Goonie Bird?
Oh,
How did we get off topic?
it's car guys.
How
Car
do we
guys
stay
always
on
do
top?
that.
It was
I'm
your
not a car
fault.
guy.
Yeah.
I'm a get
It
it
was the
fixed
car
and drive
guy's
out in
fault.
the desert kind of guy, and then and then everything just works, and then I get the oil changed.
Oh, kit cars. Yeah, now that we're talking. Kit cars
Oh
in
no,
the UK.
no.
Now we're talking, man.
Hey,
No,
can we have a
we're
live
done
stream
with
on
cars.
Wednesday on this?
In case you don't know that, but Chris got an odd way to change his oil. He just unscrews the oil filter and waits for it to run out.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, this is
Well,
another.
his car don't leak. It marks its territory, right?
It did that.
Well, the BMWs and the Mercedes, you don't even have to get under the car because your filter's up top.
Yeah,
and
why
the
don't they
canister.
do that? I love that.
And you just stick in the oil dip your oil extractor. Just start the engine, get it warm,
Yeah,
extract your oil, pull out the canister.
So
boom,
clean.
You don't even have to get under the car, and you're not paying the 50, $60 to go in. Man, all you do is
50, 60. Talk about 120. What are you putting in your car?
Ooh, I guess I
You
haven't
putting
been to the
freaking
stop.
cooking
Yeah,
oil in there?
no, I buy Costco. Kirkland now is doing
Yeah.
their own synthetic oil.
Synthetic? Okay.
Yeah, so you buy
Oh,
by the gallon,
I know it's a heck of a lot cheaper.
so you don't have to worry about
55-gallon drums you throw in the back of the Toyota.
yeah, put a pump on it, pull up the truck, pull up the tundra. Hey, you need
You
some
got a
oil?
lift gate in the back of that Toyota? You just freaking push the barrel on there?
Oh, heck that. Let's just get a crane, pick it up, drop it on there.
Hold on.
What's up? What's up?
This don't even qualify for a midlife crisis. A Honda 125cc.
But 125.
Ooh, nice. Is it a Elsinore?
Do you actually put two-stroke fuel in it, or?
Hey, I've driven the CVCC 1500, baby.
Oh my gosh! Now you're dating yourself.
Yeah, that's. And I got the newer model in 8081, and that thing, the overdrive went out on the transmission because you can't hammer that. I learned
Okay,
that.
this is more acceptable. Triumph 650cc Tiger 120 Bonneville.
Oh, that's still
That's
yeah.
acceptable.
Yeah, that's still
Good suggestion there, Woody. Woody, the car talk started. He's in trouble because he's supposed to go to bed.
So I was asking who was it, TJ, what kind of Kia he had, and because I like the Kia product line, my wife bought a 2022 Hyundai Santa Fe, fabulous car, easy to drive, but the Kia product line is just like the cousin of a Hyundai. I think they're both South Korean product lines. So
And my wife drives a Palisade. That's what we have.
ooh, nice.
It's a nice traveling car for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely more like, what would you call that? Like, not the Blazer. What do they call it now? The Tahoe.
Yeah, it's not that. It's not very big.
Well,
It's
the
short. They're
Blazer's
short.
coming back
They
too.
remind me of station wagons. They're trying to bring the station wagon back, but they make it an SUV just so you don't think it's a station wagon.
No, I thought the Blazer was coming back too.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to end with some drone talk here.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? Or at least
I got 7
airplane
minutes.
talk.
Yeah, let's go back on subject.
Okay.
Keep going.
Oh, I had a question for you. I have a video, and one of my builds, the last build, that just thing is nuts. It flies, it just flips over. Let me see if I can find a video. Go ahead, you guys keep going. I'll dig for
Flies and flips over.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'll find it. I got it.
When you try to start
something's-
and when you try to take off.
Yeah, as soon as it flies just fine, and then it's like one of the EFCs is flaking out.
Yeah, exactly. Because one of the motors is freaking getting a little too much juice and is flipping it.
It's flip. Well,
it's just one corner, right?
Probably
It's not.
probably a desync issue.
A heat sink issue.
Desync.
Oh, desync.
It's desyncing on the ESC. So if you use like D-Shot or something.
I turned off D-Shot 600 even though it supported it because it's this is a Beta FPV all-in-one F7 flight controller, and it's the 40 amp one, which is overkill for what I'm doing. But anyway, that's what it does. It just it flips over, man. It dies in the middle. It's like you'll be flying, it's doing fine, and it just freaking dies. You're like, what the heck? All right, I found my library of crap.
Take the flight controller out and throw it away.
Yeah, and I'm telling you,
Don't fight the war.
I'm not going to buy any more all-in-ones. I'm just going to do dual stacks, even if it's a 20 by 20 or 25 by 25, because it's just not worth it. It really isn't. Let me get it.
Except for
go on to bed. Good night, Woody.
The all-in-ones do have a purpose, and that's you kind of got that all-in-one gig.
Well, the only ones have to place in the sub 250
Right.
area because you save a bunch of weight that way.
Right.
Okay, found it. Yay. Found the video. So I'm going to share
I have Kelly's pile of junk
it.
behind me here.
He shares, huh?
I have 3 of his quads sitting here. Every last one of them needs to have the all-in-one replaced.
Okay, so you can add audio if you want. It doesn't matter to me. But
Here we
it's
go.
queued up. All right, so this is the main flight, and this is what it does. Did you see that? That was the main flight. I whomped on it a
You
little
got
bit.
a motor direction issue.
That's
Hey, if I could do that myself, I would love it. But no, that's takeoff.
That looks like a motor direction issue.
Now watch net. Look what's
Well,
happening. See what I just did? I just flew away. It flew away just fine. What the heck, right?
hey guys, I'm gonna have to go.
Okay.
Yeah, I got dinner ready to go at 5:30,
right.
like almost like sharp every day. So
What time do we need to be there? Now?
like right now, yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to
okay.
excuse myself, but this has been a really good, very very fun. You guys have been a lot of fun. So I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna do Friday stream, but you never know with me. I got plumbing work to do.
I'll be with Kelly on Friday.
Yeah, that's okay. If I do one, I'll do a quick update if I got something to update. But alrighty, guys. Hey, it's been nice
Take care
with you guys. Nice meeting you.
Same here.
Hopefully I see you back on. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
you guys
pleasure.
can talk cars. I was just kidding you.
Yeah, I'm glad you kept us in
trying
line.
to figure out what he's doing here.
So what is this? What is the problem with this? It just flips all over the place. And
Just
now
drive over with your car and get a new one.
Yeah. and now it flies away just fine, right? And then I was flying and it just dropped out of the sky. I was like, and that was the main flight. So I have no idea what it's doing. So it's flying just fine, and all of a sudden it just drops. So I'm thinking, I double check everything, So I don't know. See, it flies. Nope, it just fell out of the sky. It just fell right out of the sky right there. Yeah, it just fell out of the sky right there. Did you see that?
It's some sort of sinking issue with the motors.
It just comes flying by. It flew for about a minute.
That is it's some sort of sinking issues was the motors.
So what variable would I have to play with there? I don't know, man. It's just freaking weird, right? And this is my other build. Nothing freaking. That's the one I was talking about, Kai. And it's freaking thing is solid, man. And the other one is the exact same flight controller. These two builds just have different frames. Everything else is the same. Everything else is the same. And I'm trying to get out.
Both of them.
Yeah, I copied the same settings for both of them. I'm trying to get out of the road before my neighbor runs over the quad. Yeah, see, that would just fly super smooth. But it's the exact same build, same motors. The only thing different is it's got a Caddx. One has got a Nebula and the other one's got a Polar Cat.
Yeah, that won't have anything to do with that.
No,
settings.
It's same motor settings, same flight controller, same motors. Pretty crazy, right? Thank goodness they didn't run over my GoPro. But I think I have maybe another video to show. Yeah, watch this. This will do it too. I think it gets worse. As the day goes on, it gets worse. Not too much.
Well, that
So
takes off the flies.
it takes off and flies, and then it comes back, and I buzz the camera one more time around a tree or something. I was like trying to figure it out, and then I come back and just kind of buzz the camera, and then it drops out of the sky, and I go get it, and then I'm like, "What the heck's wrong with you, man?
Check,
Fly!"
check your motor belts and see if there's a magnet missing or something.
Oh my gosh! Did you see that one?
There's check check your motor belts and see if there's a magnet or something missing.
Okay. Yeah. And look, this time it flips to the right. And
Check your motors and see if there's any magnets or anything missing, or if it's dragging on the magnet or something. Maybe a bent belt.
could be any of
This
those.
is this is some ESC motor related. It has nothing to do with your flight controller.
Yeah, it's all in one. Unfortunately, the ESCs are all in one. So I'm pretty
Well,
hosed.
the ESC is just part of your flight control.
Yeah,
They just happen to be on the same board. But
yeah,
this problem is between your ESCs and your motors. That has nothing to do with actual flight control.
yeah. And the funny thing about it is, it's flying just fine for a little while, and then all of a sudden, but it's definitely gotten worse. And I have exact same settings, so I'll stop sharing, and that's enough of that. Enough of that.
No, I would check the motors thoroughly, see if there's anything loose or dragging.
Or dragon. Okay, fair enough. Let's see what the boys are
Well,
saying
Scott
online.
says you're supposed to wait till you're in the air before you do the rolls.
So Harley, Greg's over here. He's got to go to work. It looks like he's drinking his coffee. What's up, Greg? What?
RAFPV on the house. Howdy, howdy.
Yeah. Anybody have any idea? Like Brent Kai was saying that the motors EFC issues. I thought it was EFC issues right off the bat too.
It's a sinking in the ESC, and I would no go on a BL heli and see if you can look at all the settings.
Yeah, the nice thing about this particular build, you know how you'll do your build, and usually 2 out of the 4 motors are spinning the wrong way, and you'll have to go and build heli
Well,
S
there's a BL heli configuration.
S32. Yeah, and this one runs the S because of the newer.
Okay, there's a BL heli configurator. That's kind of like Betaflight configurator, but it's just for the ESC part of it.
Yeah, this one runs the BL Heli S, not the 32. Okay, so when you go into the configurator,
It
you got
doesn't
to
matter
download.
which one you're running. You still can hook it up to your computer. You still
Oh
can
yeah,
configure it.
yeah. But if you want to get all the 3D, what do they call it now on the 3D EFC stuff configured, that's what you're going to have to use for this particular model. Um, that's what I figured out because I flashed everything. And the thing is, I'm not going to worry about it because I got so many quads to think about that I might just put this aside and not even mess with
This
it.
one right here.
Yep, that's the one I got, my friend. Let me see what version you have. I can't read it. Let's see.
1.2.0.
Let's see what I have. I'll pull mine up.
Whoa.
pull mine up. Let's check on mine. Version is the 1.20. Yep, same version. Yep,
And then you have to read your setup and then look at your settings.
yep. Been there, done that too many times. You got to reverse motors left and right all the time. That's about the only reason I use them and flash the EFCs with the music.
Yeah, the initial flip looked like you had some a motor direction issue, but then it took off. So
Yeah, usually, you're like, huh.
it's desyncing, and try D-Shot 300 or something.
Yeah, well, I actually turned all that off just to make sure that it wasn't any of that, but probably have to run. But like I said, on the other build, exactly the same thing, just different frame, same setting.
Reflash the whole damn flight controller.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Definitely will. Again. Now,
Well,
Michael,
BL
I have
configurator
the
works for both the 32 on the BL Heli S, but there's specific configurators for BL Heli S and BL Heli 32 that have even more features on them.
That's exactly right. So, like I was saying, if you want to use the 3DS features on that, you have to use that BL Heli S. But I'm not sure the 32 gives you that feature, but I haven't tried it.
But anywho, so
We're done with that.
I found the nano camera to have for DJI. On the
Say that again.
on a Vista unit or an Air unit. You know, the Nebular
Hmm.
Nano and the Polar Nano
Oh yeah, sure, of
pictures
course.
leave some to be desired. Well, I recently finished or switched my P16 camera over to the Nebular Pro Nano. That thing has awesome pictures.
How about the low light capabilities? Pretty good at that too, right? That's what I've read.
What low light?
Flying at dusk or early in the morning.
You know, I flew late on Sunday, but not late enough to see low light.
Gotcha. Because that's where the Polar Pro cameras actually shine real well, and that's what I've been seeing, Kai. That the Polar cameras I really like in that low light scenarios. So I was just wondering what that. But the Nebula Pro cameras are amazing. So I just don't see the difference. That being a whole lot difference with the Nano, with the Nebula Nano than the Pro. Obviously, the image sensor is a little bigger.
Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you some different footages that I have in the cam here. So share the screen there. We don't share the audio, but this is the Nebular Nano.
And this recorded on your goggles, obviously, or are you using a?
This is recorded on the goggles, and this is the Nebular Nano.
And bright blue skies, perfect.
Yeah, well, it's a little oversaturated yet, but I mean, there's
Can
some
you
orange
know how?
in the grass, and I mean, it's not really that great. But now let me find the new stuff from.
Whoa, that's tits. Okay, got it, man. They'll blind you.
And here is some footage. This is Nebular Pro Nano. You see how much better the picture quality is?
Yeah, and the colors weren't as rich there either. So the
I mean, we're in
saturation.
Texas, we didn't have a whole lot of rain on anything, so the grass is not really, no lush color of green. But just, I mean, the color, the picture quality is just so much better.
Oh, and that's Chris flying there. Okay, got it.
Yep,
No, and he's flying which little bird?
that's the P16.
Oh, you're a P16. Got it.
Yep. Apparently, we all have Chris, Callie, and I. We both have the P16 now.
Nice. Yeah, I usually I run the Tiny Go. Is what I run the Get RC Tiny Go. Um, I like that the little sucker. Man, where is that sucker? There it is. Yeah, this little sucker, man, I really like it. And I Duranified it. I put a new antenna in the back, the right hand polarized antenna in the back. I actually put longer antennas for the receiver. And this one is pretty neat because it has a built in DVR right in there. So, and it's a 4K DVR. So you can get the video much better quality than from your goggles. So think about the new cam stuff with DVR. How do you consider purchasing that new
No, I'm not
DVR?
even. I'm not going there.
It's $100, right, for the DVR?
Well, it adds a unacceptable
Latency
amount of latency into the mix.
and a little weight, of course, and power usage.
Okay, hold on. So here's the last one in the comparison. This is the Polar Nano camera.
Oversaturated, like you said. What was your LCD? What was your display settings on your goggles?
It's
Was it
always
race?
standard. It's always the standard.
Always standard, not racing. Got
Nope, not
it.
racing, no nothing. It's not LED. It's just standard.
Okay. Because
And you see how shitty the picture looks on that compared to the Nebular Pro Nano.
it's so subjective too, because a lot of people like the oversaturated colors. And you can
Well,
see it all the time.
little saturated is all well and good, but this is just
A bit much.
too much.
Agreed. Yeah. And yeah, and Michael was saying that that's way too much also. And
And then I have to no share this one yet.
what do we got? Oh,
This P16 footage. And
you
you
do
want
it.
me to, but yep, I got him.
Did you get him where it counted? it, it, we had so much lag.
That was the nut shot.
We had so much lag. We didn't see the impact. We just saw the drone get close and it only went down. So that's why ouch. Yeah, ouch, Chris. You doing okay, man? Are you talking a little higher pitch nowadays?
Let's see, can we get the frame just before? There we go. There. Incoming. He was brave. Yep, and it bit him.
You bit him, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see what else was it.
Let's see. Wait.
John's
Just
in the house.
just to prove that I could have done it, but this was before the other shot. Yeah, he's being brave, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna humor you, and we'll make it.
he's trying to give you as wide as opening as he can so it doesn't get
Yeah, well, I,
hit. Let's see. What else is the boy saying here online? All right.
oh, Johnny Drone Flyer in the house. Howdy. But anywho, so if everybody would remember to hit the thumbs upper button there in the bottom, please.
Been there, done that. Uh,
And I think that's about all I've got for today.
so would you buy the Altel Light Plus? And how much is it?
I think that thing is what in the Fly More combo now, or the premium combo, whatever they call that. So it's like 1650 or something like that.
It's pricey.
Yeah, I like the Light Plus, but I don't see any reason to replace my Evil One just yet.
Well, I mean, it's definitely going to be competing directly with their Air 2S.
Well, that's fine. I don't have the Air 2S either. I'm old school. I've got the Evil One, and I've got the Mini 2. I don't have the Air 2S. I don't have the Mavic 3. I don't have the Light Plus. For what I'm doing with those, the Evo more than fills my needs.
Good. Well, I mean,
I'm more in the FPV side. I'm more interested in the flying than the taking pictures. Now the Evo One, I have it for a certain purpose, to take pictures, but it does what I needed to do.
did you purchase that because it have no fly zones? Why did you pick that
I
product?
purchased it to replace the Mavic Air.
Okay.
I have the original Mavic Air, and for
It was
one, that
no,
thing is noisy,
yeah.
and
Angry bee.
it had a very short flight time.
Yeah. Yeah. The difference.
So I'll switch to the Evo One, because it's. I don't. I don't need any drones, Johnny. I have a shelf full of FPV here in front of me.
I know. I know. Let me just turn my camera and I'm going to do the battle of like show and tell. If this camera will ever decide to focus on something besides a human. There's my stack of stuff of my recent builds right there, man. Those are a lot of them right there. And there's that 3D printer making additional parts for the other printers. So.
Let me see if I can. There is my shelf of quads.
Armatan stuff. Let's see what else about.
No armor.
What is that frame?
There's the Flywoo Chasers, Titan DC5, Shocker 5-inch, Shocker 4-inch. That's the Flywoo Explorer, then the Roma 35, and then I got a couple of Beetles back there, and then I still have this booger right here, the Crux 35, and then I got that P16.
So what I'm looking at is any of these home built, or are you just purchasing the?
There's two of them that are not home built, and no, three of them.
Three of them, okay. And then the rest of them are home built. What flight controllers do you normally pick?
Actually, I've got to liking the J Hamku flight controller. It's an all-in-one, but it's on the 20 by 20. Come on, can you focus?
It's trying real hard. Yeah, I can see the calyx now, and then the big capacitor underneath.
Yeah.
It's
No,
a
what I'm
4S.
getting
It's a
at,
4
no, this is 6S.
6S config. Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that was a big capacitor for a 4S, but if you got a 6S, you're gonna need that big one. Yeah. Yeah, the only one I have that I purchased is the Baby Hawk. Oh, and the Tiny Go. And the Freestyle from Emacs. But I really don't consider those like, I don't know, racing drones or whoops, small like that. But well, no, I take that back because this is probably the most expensive FPV drone ever.
Yeah, I don't care for that thing.
This is my airplane. This is not really my FPV flyer. It's my airplane. It flies like one.
So this right here, this is the flight controller of choice for me right now.
Gotcha. Interesting how they do that split U in the back for the battery leads. I do like the fact that it's on a 20 by 20. And it looks like you got a bunch of UARTs on there too that are
Yep.
useful. And not that it doesn't have the DJI plug in it, so you have to solder everything in.
Yeah, well, for $67, this thing is extremely lightweight. It has a 9-volt on the pad here. There's 9-volt and ground. That's enough to run your air unit or your Vista.
And they're all filtered.
UARTs right here for your Vista unit. You got your UARTs right here for your
Beeper, whatever. GPS, whatever.
GPS is right here. This is for the receiver. Ground 4.5 volt RX6 TX6. That's my crossfire hookups, and then you got room to hook in GPS or beeper or whatever.
Got it. Yeah, it's not bad. 66 bucks. So why not?
So it's
Is that an F4? Yeah, it's an F4.
that's an F4.
Yeah.
And that thing has been very, very good to me, very reliable.
And did I say that I was trying to read it was a 35 amp? Yeah,
It's
35.
35 amp.
Yeah, 35 amp.
It's available in 2 flavors, 35 and 20 or 25.
Yeah, pretty good. I've been using the Daito Mamba stacks, and I decided to no longer use all-in-one after this last build, the last 2 builds, and I'm just going to go and stick with the stack because that way, if I burn out an EFC, I can just replace the EFC half of the stack. But I've been using the Daito Mamba stuff lately, and only again price point is inflashability is what I choose, because I've had issues where I rebuilt the Freestyle 2 from Emacs with my own flight controller. I just had an extra frame, so I just built one out. What a big pain in the butt. 2-inch. Never doing a 2-inch drone again. Everything's so tight, guy. Oh my gosh. It was a battle of space. Trying to get everything to route through that little frame. It was horrible.
Oh yeah. Well, that's on these smaller quads. You need every bit of space and save every bit of weight that you can.
Looks like Scott, Jackrabbit FPV, is leaving us. Good night, Scott.
Well, actually, I think we're all leaving because.
Yeah, it's about time, isn't it? We've run way over, haven't we? Yeah.
Yep, I think it's about that time to say our goodbyes. And Appreciate everybody stopping in and spending time with us.
And we'll be doing the same thing on Thursday over in the Duranify channel. So stop on by Thursday night. Kai will be the guest. Fred Johnson will be the co-host with me that evening. So we'll be talking airplanes and FPV again.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy week for me because Friday I'm doing Kelly. Today is me, Thursday is you, and then on Friday I'll be up with Kelly. So
Awesome. Thank you for having me, Kai. I appreciate the
well,
time.
appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, it was a real fun. Real fun.
Yeah, and if we haven't learned anything, you have a terrible taste in cars.
Well, one of the things I need to learn more is what's wrong with this stupid little quad over here, man. We keep flipping over. You got to fix
I
that
would
thing.
I would dig through the motors and make sure that all the motors are up to speed.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to reflash again.
And
Maybe.
don't also look at your screws. Make sure you don't have a screw poking into your
Yeah,
windings. Or something.
yeah. Have you ever noticed too? Sometimes the screws will come in through the wires. You know
Yeah,
how the wires.
for too long.
Yep.
But
Hmm.
that's why I liked diatone motors, the Mamba motors,
Yeah.
because they've got this little plastic shield
It prevents for screws from.
that keeps the screws from going up into your windings.
Yeah, it's a good idea. So you're not talking propeller screws. Well, I have propeller screws too to worry about. So
Yeah,
uh,
well, so does this one.
yeah, yeah. And I had the Recon 3. Man, that thing is freaking nervous flight. Little freaking bee moves around. Anyway, I
All
don't
right,
mean to.
it's time to go.
All right.
Everybody, thank you all for hanging out with us and our delirious little rant. And we'll see y'all Thursday on Al's channel and Friday on Ready Set Run. So until then, y'all have a good night. Thank you all. And you got anything else at there?
That's it. I'm good to go. Thanks
All right.
again.
Well, roll on the outro and bye.